So let's move on to our next viewer question then, while we're talking about Captain America Civil War, because we know that Spider-Man's going to be in the movie. Jeff asked, do we know if it's Miles Morales or Peter Parker in the next movie? Now, I think Jeff's referring to perhaps the next standalone Spider-Man movie, but obviously Spider-Man is in Captain America Civil War.
It's going to be the same.
So, yeah, it's going to be the same. Now, I believe at this point, Kevin Feige has even said that it will be Peter Parker Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is probably one of the reasons that Asa Butterfield's strongly rumored to be the guy who's going to be playing Spider-Man. But what we don't know is the animated Spider-Man movie that Sony says that they're going to be making. The one that I would really like to see Mysterio be the villain in. Mm-hmm. We don't know if that's going to be Peter Parker Spider-Man. Honestly, I think it's probably going to be. But it'd be interesting if they made it Miles Morales, and that's how they kind of separated the animated film from the live-action version.
To what extent do you think that... Because my first thought upon the Miles Morales or Peter Parker question is, for the average person, Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Right.
If you're not a comic book reader, you have no idea who Miles Morales is. But to that end, I imagine, the average Joe walking on the street who doesn't read comic books, doesn't really know Marvel that well, probably doesn't know the name Peter Parker. I mean...
I wonder if it's up there with Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne at this
point. It might be.
Yeah.
Just because it's so, it has that ring to it, that Peter Parker, I don't know, it just sounds like that.
No, I see where you're coming from, though. They could change it, nobody would be the wiser.
Right. And I'm curious, at some point, they would have to include Miles Morales, right?
Right.
Unless they're just not ever going there.
I mean, especially with the way the Avengers is going, and I don't want to get too spoilery, but diversity seems to be something they definitely want to push. Mm-hmm. So I would say... I would think we'd see Miles Morales at some point.
So has it actually not been confirmed that Peter Parker, fully confirmed that it's going to be a Peter Parker Spider-Man? Because I thought it had.
In the MCU?
Yeah.
MCU, yes. I'm pretty sure at this point Kevin Feige has said himself. What we don't know, though, we have no details on this animated Sony movie that's coming out in 2017 or whenever it is. So I'd say since it is a Sony-made movie from the ground up, and they've already said this is separate from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they could make it Miles Morales if they wanted to.
Well, and that's the thing. It seems like, especially with him being the Spider-Man and Uncanny Avengers, that's the direction they're going, right?
Yeah.
So,
So I don't know, Jeff. For sure, Peter Parker in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, maybe Miles in the animated one. Time will tell. So, but we're still a couple years off from that. I'm sure animations have started at this point. But we don't know at this point.